Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Peace reflection. So in this video, I want to talk about motivation. So there's a technique that always works, and yes, it's potentially extreme, but it always works. And it's about putting yourself in uncertainty. If you put yourself in uncertainty, you will gain motivation. The more uncertainty you put yourself in, the more motivation you will gain. And this is because we have this survival instinct that kicks in. If you put yourself in maximum uncertainty, where you don't know where you're gonna be able to meet your needs, where you know what I'm saying, absolutely everything is just uncertain, that's when you will be able to tap into your maximum level of motivation. Sure, you might be fear-stricken for a little while, right? You might have a culture shock, so to speak. But once you get over those emotions, all that's left for you to do is to take action. That's all that's left. It's the only logical option. Okay? And then after that, once you start to focus and take action, you also will have a surge of creativity that will hit you. So I mean, we're not just talking about motivation. We're talking about focus. We're talking about creativity. Okay. Now I want to kind of explain this concept a little bit more. So this goes back to a military technique which has been used for centuries, if not millennia, and it's this idea that the soldiers they get into this position where their back is to the river or it's to like a cliff, and they have no option but to fight to the death. Otherwise, they're going to fall down the cliff or into the river, right? So no matter what, it's death if they don't fight. So they have to fight. So the survival instinct kicks in, and this actually boosts the morale of the soldiers. And it's like, well, if that's the only option, and then they suddenly gain this extra momentum towards being able to survive, right? So we're simply just applying that to the same concept. Now, if you've ever read the what's it called, The Art of War by Sun Tzu, he describes 6 grounds in the book. But we're just going to mention 2 because those are what's relevant to this conversation. The first one and the 6th one we're going to talk about. Now the first one is when the soldiers, or you in this instance, you're close to your home or you're close to your comfort zone, right? So as a result, you lack motivation. You have this level of, you have a degree of safety. You can just go and retreat back into the area that you know best. This is called the dispersive ground, okay? But then you have the death ground, which is the one that we were talking about earlier, which is when your back is up against the wall and you have nothing else you can do but go forward, okay? You have nothing else you can do but face the circumstances that you have in front of you, to face yourself. So these 2 grounds are essentially 2 polarities of a spectrum. You have one where you're in your comfort zone, and you have one where you're in complete discomfort and uncertainty. And along the spectrum lies your focus, your creativity, your motivation, right? So it's very, very powerful. Now, I'll finish this off by reading a quote, because I'm pretty sure I don't have anything else to add. But yeah, it's very fascinating, isn't it? It's very fascinating. Let's check this quote out. So this quote is by Terence McKenna, and he says, "Nature loves courage. You make the commitment, and nature will respond to that commitment by removing impossible obstacles. Dream the impossible dream, and the world will not grind you under it. It will lift you up. This is the trick. This is what all the teachers and philosophers who really counted, who really touched the alchemical gold, this is what they understood. This is the shamanic dance in the waterfall. This is how magic is done. By hurling yourself into the abyss and discovering it's a feather bed." So what that quote is essentially saying is the story of how you go into complete uncertainty only to realize that there was nothing ever to fear to begin with. And at the same time, through that journey of learning that there was nothing to fear from the beginning, you acquire motivation and focus and creativity and so much more. Eye Reflections. I'm thankful. Love myself. Peace.